Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in Monday 3:30 to Agents Who Win. Really appreciate you taking the time on this holiday to check us out. We've got some awesome coaching tips by Daniel Betancourt. Daniel, why don't you take in?
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today, a question that we get asked all the time by agents, newer agents with all levels of experience is, that sounds great, but how do I get business now? A lot of agents, a lot of the strategies in real estate take months and sometimes years to get good at and build up a following. But today we're going to go over 10 tips on how to get business now, which a lot of realtors really want to know, and it's a common question. So
Danny, I've got the all lined out, so we'll just one at a time. Just let me know, and we'll flip the screen there.
All right, sounds good. So the first one is open houses. I don't know if there's a better way to get business now. If you don't have listings, you can ask other agents in your office or other agents in your market. Maybe Todd or myself, if you need to do open houses, reach out to someone who does do a lot of listings, because buyers show up to these open houses. Sometimes, these are buyers that are ready to go. They're not always going to buy the house that they're visiting at the open house. In fact, most of the time they don't, but most of those people are serious people looking for a home in the immediate future. Have you had any open house closings?
We've got one of the guys in our office. He did 30 deals last year off of open houses, Jeff Osborne, and that's all he does. That's all he generates his business from. He's texting me on Wednesday, dude, I'm out of listings. What do you have? What's in the office? What can I go host? And if anybody ever wants to do an open house, I would go shadow Jeff, because if you can do what he's doing, cool. You're gonna do awesome at that. That's a free lead source, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's right. And right now, during this pandemic, there are fewer open houses going on. So there's more traffic at a lot of the open houses if they're done properly. The next one is, call your sphere of influence. So if you don't have a sphere of influence, everyone has a sphere of influence, but if you don't have a formal list, you definitely want to establish your list. There you go, your sphere of influence. So anyone you've done business in the past, anyone who knows, likes, and trusts you, anyone that you've ever sold a home to or for in the past, anyone that's ever recommended you to someone. How about someone that you give business to all the time? Someone that you're constantly spending your money with, maybe an accountant, maybe an attorney, hopefully not a criminal attorney. But
it can be a source of sellers.
That's right. So you definitely want to reach out to your sphere of influence, find reasons to call them. You want to have an awesome, large network. I've got a new thing that's going to go on the wall. This says, work hard and be nice to people. So if you work hard and you're nice to people, you're going to grow your sphere of influence. And so work that network. Those people, they know buyers, they know sellers. Stay in touch with them. Let them know that you're in the business and you're professional.
It's kind of talking on sphere. Your sphere could be anything. It could be I'm mid-40s. A lot of my clients right now are from high school. Who would think that I would still be selling homes to those people? If you stay in touch, and we're in touch through Facebook, through just being in the neighborhood still. If you're new to an area, you create the sphere. Your sphere is the schools where your kids go, a B&I group, or networking with out-of-area agents for inbound business. So you try to find what can my niche be and who is my sphere.
Get involved. Get plugged in. A lot of people get business from their friends from church, from their friends from the gym. For example, I was a Cub Scouts leader. I've done deals from people I've done CrossFit with, from jiu-jitsu with. Just get plugged in networks. Those are all networks that you enjoy doing anyway, and they're like-minded people, so they'll likely connect more easily with you.
When I was coaching the kids' baseball teams, I would run between games and show houses to the parents, and so it was fun. I mean, it was just you find as long as they know you're an agent, you've got to show that you're one without blasting it out there.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Cool.
Another one is doing videos or ads advertising new construction homes. So we're blessed to be in a town, Central Florida, where they're building homes all the time. I talk to agents all over the country, and some of them just live in these old towns where either there's no land to build new homes or there's just no activity, no one moving there. we're all blessed to live in Florida, where, I mean, you and I anyway, are blessed to live here in Central Florida. In Florida, where people are moving into on a regular basis. The builders are always building homes. So if you don't have listings to sell, you kind of do have listings to sell all the time. They're the ones that belong to the builders. The builders would love to have you in there selling their homes, and they're always very welcoming to agents, especially ones that are thinking outside of the box to generate business.
You know, just kind of diving in, part of it's social media post, and you just find out, you know, as you said, what can I pull from MLS, or even just creating a generic new construction post on Facebook of mentioning a couple of communities, or, hey, want 20,000 in discounts on your next house. Here, you know, message me to find out more details. You gotta leave a leading ad to get them to reach out to you.
Call to action. So the whole point of this is business now. So if you're interested in the incentives I just talked about, text the phrase new construction to me. I have videos out there where I am advertising different neighborhoods. And for example, the neighborhood is called Waterley. And I'll say, if you'd like to receive up-to-date incentives for this community, text the word Waterley to me. So they text me, I have their phone number, I can follow up. You have to have a call to action in order for it to be business now.
Perfect.
So video, what you have here doing video is, another idea for video is marketing to investors. I mean, first of all, doing video in general. Here we are, Todd and I are doing video. It's no longer the wave of the future, it's the wave of now. Yeah. And you want to become comfortable with video. You're never going to become comfortable with video until you start doing them. So everybody who's doing video on a high level or mediocre level, they were all beginners at one time. So you want to get comfortable with the camera. You don't always have to look perfect. Here's proof. And so, but one idea that you can do with video is advertise to investors. A lot of investors are always looking for fixer-upper deals. You can find some fixer-upper deals on the MLS. You can find foreclosure listings or short sale listings on the MLS and start advertising yourself as the investor expert. You know, you love dealing with investors, and that's one of, you know, these ways that you can generate business.
So now, talk about just the investor business, for example, because there's like 10 different ways we kind of grouped them all into one lump under videos, but you just talk about the investor one for a second. You know, if you don't have an investor database, how do you build that? And it's join local groups like, you know, we're in Florida, so or Orlando, so it's Central Florida Real Estate Investors, called CFRI. Go there, get emails, post on your Facebook while you're at some of those listings like the bank owns. Hey guys, want details? Drop your email in the comments and I'll send you some information on this. You build your database, and that's what you're going to then, through MailChimp or Constant Contact or something else, you know, blast out to those people about the new opportunities that are coming along.
Right. I mean, a simple post could be, hey, hey, everyone, please share this with anyone you know that might be interested. I'm starting to learn of a lot of foreclosure opportunities that are hitting the market, and I'm sharing this list with all of my friends and family that have expressed interest in investing. If you are also interested in investing, just please message me or comment on this post, and I'll send the list to you also. You just go in the MLS, look for REO listings, short sale listings, doesn't matter where they are, they're in there, and share that list. Those people, they may not buy what you send them in that first list, but these are buyer leads that are going to be reaching out to you.
That's it. It's a perfect way to do it. All right. Creating videos featuring FSBO homes.
So another way to kind of have listings when you don't have listings is to turn to for sale by owner sellers. So just like builders, there's always, in Central Florida, there are always homes that are being sold by the builder. There are always for sale by owner homes out there that sellers are trying to sell on their own. So you want to develop a for sale by owner strategy where you can meet with these sellers and you tell them, hey, look, I'm not coming here to try to list you, because these people are getting called all day long by people trying to list them. So you can call a for sale by owner and say, I am a realtor here locally. I work with a lot of buyers in your area. Your house looks really great. I would love to feature it on a weekly ad that I do, or I'd like to share it with 3 buyers that I'm currently looking for in the area. Would it be okay if I just stop by your house, take a look at it, and do a few video clips? Would that be okay with you? If I don't sell it, there's no harm, no foul. If I sell it, maybe we can work out a commission. A lot of those sellers will say yes. Some will say no. Some will say yes. You meet those sellers. You do a video clip. You might get a listing out of it. You get to know someone. They might have a hot house that they're planning to buy that you might be able to help them with. And then you share that video clip on your social media and say, hey, I've got this great home right behind me. It's for sale. If you're interested, let me know. And then just, talk great about the house. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with beautiful floors and quartz countertops. It was built 5 years ago. It's in this great neighborhood. If you'd like to schedule a visit, just reach out to me by message or comment in the comments below, something like that.
So what Don in our office, he does a lot of FSBOs, and he was doing those videos, and it's like you can take them, you offer them the free video tour, and you can post it on your own Zillow page or your own Facebook. I'll create my branded one with just my information that I'm going to post to my buyers, but then here's the balance of the video without my information that you're more than welcome to take, keep, use, do what you want with. Right. And it's, just one more added feature that if you can keep providing value to them, then obviously they're going to keep coming back.
You're going to impress them because you'll likely be the only one doing that unless you're Don or someone on my team. You're likely going to be one of the only ones doing that. That's going to impress them, and you'll just earn some brownie points with them. Maybe they'll list with you. Maybe they'll hire you to help them buy their next home. Maybe you'll get to sell their home, but that's a way to get business now.
All right. Call the FSBOs, meet to preview home.
That is similar to what we just talked about. So what do you have that's next on the list? That one goes hand in hand with the last one.
Yeah. Calling expired withdrawals and with calling expired withdrawals.
Yeah. So who on your team is doing this on a high level?
Don.
What would you say is his specialty in this area?
He's just on the phones every day making the call, so it's showing up and doing the work. Right. But when he's done with that call, he is then doing a video to the person, personal to them, right, adding value back, following up. A lot of it, obviously, if you want business now, just do video because right, he's making the calls. The people he contacts, he's then putting the video to them. Hey, great to talk to you, etc. It takes time, but guess what? It's the conversion level is way up.
Right. So definitely you want to incorporate video when you're talking to expireds. They tried selling with someone else. They didn't have luck. I would call those folks, say, hey, I noticed that you were selling your home. Your home is beautiful. I'm not sure why it hasn't sold, but I communicate with hundreds of buyers on a regular basis. You can say my team and I, and leverage Todd and I, because we all do a lot of business in this way. Expireds, for sale by owner, withdrawn. We're always looking for something outside of the box to present to the buyer leads that we have that are having a hard time finding inventory right now. So you can call these people and just leverage the resources and the network that you have and let them know that you're working with a lot of buyers, you advertise on a regular basis, and you'd love to bring them a buyer if they would be interested in that.
It's a perfect scenario. Okay, let's move on to this one. Is a similar title as before, social media posts. But this more is trying to, and I think kind of ties in the investor side. But the post there is like posting all lake homes under $400,000 in Longwood or anything along that line. If you had a specific type of niche property,
right? So there are certain website tools. So if you have your own custom website, a lot of creators of custom websites, they have ways where if you share a link for a certain, you can create a filter and say, I'm looking for pool homes under $400,000 in this zip code of Orlando, and it'll send you a list. And then it'll create a link for that list of homes. And then you can use that link as a teaser and make social media posts out there and say, have you been looking for a pool home in Orlando under $400,000? Of course you have. Everybody has. Respond to this message, send me a message, and I'll share with you a link of all of the homes in Orlando under $400,000 with a beautiful swimming pool in the backyard. And people will respond to that. Doesn't have to be swimming pools. That's an example. It could be homes with a beautiful fence. It could be homes on acreage. It could be fixer-uppers like we talked about earlier. You just decide what niche it is that you want to. It could be luxury homes. That would be the most bang for your buck. Lakefront homes. You decide what your niche is going to be, or you can experiment with all of those and see which ones get you the most respondents. And that's another way to generate leads for free now.
Well, the idea when you're using one of your websites is you're having them click on the IDX link, and if they come back to it, they're going to register their information. So then all of a sudden they're going to get on the automation of the listing updates. So you're going to be able to stay in front of them more often.
Right. So if you have that, advanced level that Todd's talking about, and you have your own website that'll generate leads for you, that's what they made those things for. If you don't have something like that, you can just do it on the MLS. You can send yourself an email, create an MLS search, and say, I'm looking for homes in Orlando with a swimming pool under $400,000. Email it to yourself. You're going to get a link. Now you have a link that will show anybody homes in Orlando under $400,000 with swimming pools that you can use as a teaser. Now, the people who want that link have to send you a message or email you or text you for it, and those are buyer leads.
Perfect situation. All right, next one is posting in Facebook groups.
So creating Facebook groups is a great one. So what you want to do is this kind of spawned from the last thing. If you create a niche and you say, I specialize in lakefront homes. So you can create a Facebook group called Florida Lakefront Homes. And what you do is when you're out and about, you can take recordings of yourself in front of various lakes. You can talk about the lakes. You can talk about the lakefront homes in those lakes. You can go visit new construction homes that have inventory on the lakefront. And all of the content that you are sharing in this group has to do with lakefront homes in Florida or in Central Florida. And then you can go on like boating groups or fishing groups or other real estate groups and share your group with those groups to try to create an audience for your specialty group. It could be investors. It could be multiple. It could be neighborhoods. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about creating Facebook groups.
So that's the create a special interest group, so that way you're bringing the audience back to that.
Right.
So I want to backtrack one, which was that one we were going to talk about next. This one is the post in Facebook groups, the rentals. If you've got stuff, you want to find a buyer, home partner stuff, and I actually want to do a show on that. I'm talking to one of my team members about coming up to do that. Who specializes in home partners rentals, but are advertising rentals for $2,000 a month. If they looked at what they could buy for, and if they can't buy, they can rent right now, but we can still create a commission out of that and turn it into a potential sale. So there's a company called Home Partners of America that actually will purchase and turn those into lease options. A lot of different ways to create a backlog of business, that's there. And
right.
Ironically, Rustin on our team is got a lot of stuff happening right now with it.
Rustin on your team is probably one of the foremost experts in our area with this program. So it's something that I've been sharing with the agents on my team for a long time, letting them know if we get a renter lead that calls in and says, hey, we're looking for a home to rent until we're ready to move. If their budget is over $1,500, we have a conversation with them about this program. We like to promote it as a special lease with the right to buy program that's available to us through our brokerage. And then we explain to them how it works. And just quick summary, the way it works, to expand on what Todd said, is we find homes that are for sale. There's an investment company called Home Partners of America. If they approve of the home and they approve of the tenant application, they will purchase that home and rent it to the tenant. And that tenant can stay in the home for up to 5 years. At the end of each lease period, or even during the lease period, that person can choose to purchase that home from them, and they can get the home that they chose. But it's a great way to convert a rental lead into a home buyer lead.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I mean, he's got 4 contracts so far this month just from that. And a lot of it is people that have clicked on his ads from last year that couldn't purchase because they closed the system down.
Right.
So all this backlog, as I'm saying, he's got all this backlog coming in, and they're paying 3% on it or whatever the co-op is.
Right.
So it's a good one.
They even write up the offer for you. They write the offer and send it to you. All you have to do is submit it, which what buyer does that?
Right, exactly. Here right. You go. I mean, you're basically a showing assistant making 3 points. I'll take it. Take it all day long.
Instead of $50 that the rental listings offering.
Right, exactly. I mean, there's been some out there that have doubled that to 100, but hey, we won't talk about them. So we've got a lot more we could offer on just business now type stuff. So if you guys message us, we've got a whole other PDF we can email out that we're going to talk about in one of our other groups. If you guys partner with us, we can share all this stuff on here.
Right.
Danny, go ahead.
Yeah. So today we covered 10 we have a list of another 10. I'm sure if we sat down for an hour, Todd and I can come up with another 10. But we're going to share this one, and it's going to be on agents who win. The other 10 will be in the next wave group. So if you're part of that group, just check the resources in that area, or reach out to one of us, and we're happy to share it. And for anyone watching, we want to thank you for watching today, and happy Martin Luther King Day.
Yep. Happy Martin Luther King Day, and everyone get back to school tomorrow. Get those kids to bed early.
All right.
Happy Monday. Thanks, guys.
See ya.